Hello, good morning. It is 9:12 a.m., which means that I am actually getting a pretty late start for today's adventure. I set my alarm for 4 o'clock in the morning and ended up sleeping in until 5:15 and spent the morning actually getting a whole bunch of food ready to take with me on today's little mental health walk, mental health hike. We are going to the the Old Slocan Highway Tunnel Trail, I think is what it's called. I could be totally botching that. It's in an area called Slocan City. It's definitely not a city. I don't know what it is, if it's a village or a hamlet or if it's unincorporated. Sometimes it's hard to keep track of that. I don't know what the population of Slocan City is, but it's definitely not a city. It's located down there right near, I think it's an old mining site, or maybe it's a mill, the Slocan Mill. So many details that I'm not super confident in sharing with you guys because I don't know if it's accurate. But anyways, it's this big kind of fenced off area. And right next to it is the trailhead for this Old Slocan Highway trail. It's not even a system, it's just a trail. But it's really unique because the trail on the one side, it's like a little trail. It's an old highway. That's why it's called that. But on the left side is Slocan Lake and the mountains. And then on the right side, like right next to you, is just sheer cliff face. So it's this tight little kind of trail that goes along with a lake and a cliff. So it's interesting that way. It's only about 45 minutes and it goes through this really cool tunnel. This is one of those hikes that if I had a stroller or a wagon for Fern and Ivy, I would feel perfectly comfortable bringing them with me, but I don't have one yet. The problem is that I need to get one that has very, very durable wheels, and most of the wagons and strollers on Amazon are so freaking cheap. They're like for, city dog moms who tote their little dogs around in their strollers, which is adorable, but I need something a little more all-terrain. Anyway, once I can source one, save up a little bit of money for one, and finally order one, then I'll be able to take the girls with me on certain hikes and little trails that I feel safe on. The reason I feel safe on this one is because there's cliff face and then a lake, so it's very, very, very unlikely that I'm going to run into any type of bear or wildlife along this little trail. But for today, it's just going to be you and I. I don't exactly remember how to get there, so it's going to be kind of a bit of an adventure finding it. I did download the AllTrails app, and there is some information. There's a profile for the Old Slocan Highway Tunnel Trail in the app, so I might be using that. I've never used the AllTrails app before, so I'm actually going to try and see what it's all about and if it can help me. And we'll just sort of see what happens. And then the most exciting part, we'll travel home and we will reunite with the girly woos. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. This was a very, very chatty intro. Wanted to pull over to show you the sign. I think the actual entrance to the city is just past the sign, so down that way. So we are going to just, I guess, hop back on there and actually find the entrance, and then I have to navigate my way to the actual mill site so that we can find the trailhead. Okay. We're just gonna pull over right to the side here. I just got a push notification from my AllTrails app that I just downloaded this morning, and it says, "You're approaching Old Slocan Highway. Great trail nearby. Let's go." Yeah, it brings up the Old Slocan Highway profile on AllTrails, telling me that I'm exactly at the trailhead and where to go and how to get there. So that's pretty awesome. It tells you like if there's a really great trail nearby when you have push notifications turned on. That's pretty sweet. I'm just gonna get my shit together. I did bring a hoodie, my old trusty Grumble Farm hoodie, for an extra layer because we do not have very good weather today at all. It is +6 Celsius and it's raining. So this should be interesting. The hike itself is only 45 minutes to the actual like highway where it connects to the new highway. So we're going along an old highway for 45 minutes until we get to this rock tunnel and it connects with the new highway that we were just driving on right above. So let me repack my stuff and yeah, let's start walking. Okay. So once again, I wish I had a nice pair of gloves to wear because it is windy and like freaking cold. It's such an annoying season to actually be outside in because it's like that bipolar, can't make up its mind, beautiful one second, horrible the next kind of situation. But okay, here we are. Obviously a couple of good options for a Jonas sticker here or here, but my rule is that I don't stick stickers unless there's already a sticker on there. So we could go here, but we'll see what's down here. Look at this rock face. So these are old highway barriers, I'm pretty sure, completely covered in moss. There's a whole bunch of them just along here. This may or may not be the rock that I guided Jonas, Fern, and Ivy up to stand together right here back in the day when they were agile and mobile. I have a clip of that from the video that Jesse and I took when we were here 5 years ago. I know I mentioned it earlier, but this trail, literally the perfect trail to push a dog stroller. No? Like imagine the girly goose. Just like living their best life. I'd be filming them down like this. I'm telling you, it needs to happen. We'll come back to this trail when I have a dog stroller with the girly goose. We are already at the tunnel. I don't remember it being such a short walk, but look at this. This is where it would get a little tricky with the girls because we have to climb through there to get to the other side. But you can sort of see there's a little tunnel right there that we're gonna walk through. I think I'm gonna set up my tripod and try and film a couple clips of trying to get over this. Look how pretty it is. I actually have a photo of me and Jesse and Jonas and Fern and Ivy all 3 pugs on top of this rock. We climbed up there with the 3 of them, and Jesse threw his drone up into the sky and flew it across the lake and did like a drone flyaway shot of us up there. If I can find the footage, I'll put it in here. Otherwise, I know for sure I have a still of us up there. It's like a little casual family portrait. But I don't think I've been any further than this cave, unless my memory is failing me, and Jesse did take us down here in 2020. But we're gonna walk through this cave here, and then we'll be in all new territory as we hike towards the new highway. But yeah, we'll see what we see. Pretty sure that this is where I'm going to play with my YouTube thumbnail here, because it's the most unique area of this whole hike. Well, actually, I don't know. I haven't been down this trail before, but on the way back, I think we'll stop here again and I'll just play around with some thumbnail stuff. That's always the most annoying part of making YouTube videos or YouTube vlogs. You always have to think about the thumbnail, and if you don't take the time to take an intentional thumbnail, you're kind of screwed. It's just me talking to the camera and I have to find some kind of screenshot or still of me with my lips all weird and my facial expression all strange. So we're gonna try and be a little intentional and grab a proper thumbnail for this YouTube vlog. Here is just some more highway infrastructure. This barrier just fell completely off to the side, but it's so cool how it's all covered in moss like that. So here you can actually see the old yellow highway line. I don't know why, I just think that's so cool that this used to be a full-blown highway along the lake. And you can definitely see when that shows up. So it starts to get pretty woodsy towards this side of the trail. And I can actually hear birds now. I couldn't hear them back near the cliffs and the water. It was just silent. But now we've got some serious forest vibes going on. Look at this. I'm pretty sure we should just touch this moss right here. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out how much farther we have to go here. It says that I have 0.60 kilometers to go. I've gone 2.93 kilometers. I've been going very slowly, which is why the timer is all messed up. But you can see sort of where we started and then where we are and then how much further we have to go before it connects to the highway up there. So I was thinking about turning back, but now that I looked at this, we're definitely just gonna keep going till the very end. Here we are at the end of the Slocan Highway Tunnel trail. We're just gonna climb up this little hill right here. And look at that. Here's the new highway. So I guess if you wanted, like if you knew that this was here, I guess that's what this little pole is maybe. You could start the trail here and end in Slocan, because there's a little pull out right here that you could pull into, but I didn't see a single spot to put a Jonas sticker. I'm wondering if I could wrap him around this pole. No, it is blue though, which is his color. I don't know. We'll just have to keep looking, but let's head back into the forest. That's so cute. So on the last little stretch here towards the highway, I actually saw a little bench that has a clear shot, a nice view of Slocan Lake in between some trees. And I'm starting to feel a little bit snackish. So thankfully I threw a smoothie in my bag in like an insulated tumbler. So I'm just gonna sit down at this bench here and drink it and have a little chat with you guys. So I mean, a big part of me wants to set up my tripod right here. I don't have a lot of space though, but there's the view. I guess it's not completely clear, but still so pretty. But either way, I have to eat something before I hike back. I have to be so friggin' careful because my tripod is sort of tilting or balancing right on the edge of this cliff. And if I kick it or, I don't know, knock it or kick a rock at it or something like that and it falls, my camera is in Slocan Lake forever and ever and ever. And I wouldn't put it past me to do something like that. So we're gonna be very mindful. I am going to drink this smoothie. So I wanted to tell you what was in this because I'm very excited about it. I'm not sure how many of you, if any of you, watched my vlog titled I'm in my milk maiden era. I was talking about my experience milking these cows at a neighboring farm, and then I actually brought you guys inside the little shack on the farm and made a smoothie recipe using raw milk from these cows that I milked myself and have been milking myself. And so I've been playing with fermenting raw dairy over the past probably month or so. I'm really trying to get more fermented foods into my diet. You'll see a little bit of that when we get back to the car, probably. Fermented dairy is probably one of my favorites because I have such a fresh local source of milk. That's what I like to use for the base of my smoothies. So this is raw milk kefir from cows that I milked myself, which I think is just magical. I put a scoop of vanilla whey protein powder in here, this like really nice high quality grass-fed whey protein powder in here. There is a scoop of collagen. There is some vanilla stevia. There is some sea salt. There is a frozen banana. I think that's it. Oh, a teaspoon of pastured, ethically, humanely sourced colostrum, which I've shared about in previous vlogs as well. So this is like a superfood, friggin' real food smoothie, and it's just so deeply nourishing and delicious. I probably can't show you what's in there, but see how frothy that is? Oh, I just love it. So I'm just going to enjoy this. Cinnamon. That was the other thing. Fuck. It's so good. This is the best thing that I've ever created. Seriously. I am up on my high horse for creating this smoothie recipe. Okay, I just chugged that. I know I always say, if you watch the previous vlog, if you watch this vlog, I talked about this in that vlog, I talked about this in this vlog. From my end, it's really, really difficult to create continuity without referencing things that I've like already talked about before. So I'm sorry if that's annoying or seems irrelevant because you haven't watched those vlogs, but anyway, in previous vlogs, I talked about how I was trying to find farm sitting clients. That was sort of my, I guess, plan in a way. It wasn't really a plan, but that's just what I took action doing. So I built this website for it. It was just on Substack, Grumble Farm's Substack page, and there's a little tab and it brings you to sort of a blog post that I outlined all of the information. I put exactly what it is, exactly what my rates are, all of my experience, all of the things that I'm willing to do, how it works, how I travel there, how I stay at each person's property, all the details I could possibly think of off the top of my head, because what was happening is that I was getting inquiries. I was wasting so much time describing all of this information only to reach the point where they would ask about my rates and they would tell me that their budget was like $20 a day or that they thought that I did it for free. And it got so friggin' frustrating. And then what happened is that I put together this page, this beautiful page with so much information. I thought everything was so well written and my rates were super obvious on there, and I took a whole bunch of screenshots from my farm sitting vlogs and I put together this collage using this app on my phone, and then I uploaded them to the blog and published them on the page. And I thought it was just such a nice like sales page, probably a little too wordsy. I don't have design skills. I'm not a designer. It probably took me like 3 days to do it. Anyways, I've had 3 inquiries since sharing about that page on Facebook and just like around other places on the internet. And each friggin' person didn't read the page and thought I was doing it for free. It was really friggin' discouraging. And it really actually pissed me off, like a lot. It was so dismissive and so just like, I just got the ick. Like it was the definition of getting the ick when I was dealing with these people who thought that I was only worth 20 bucks a day, or that I was doing it for free. There are websites, Trusted House Sitters, and a couple of others that act as sort of like directories where travelers who don't have a home, or who, I don't know, maybe do, but are traveling, and they're looking for free accommodation in exchange for like taking care of somebody's cat, like watering their plants or whatever. And so they get free accom, and then they get to travel kind of around the area. I'm not doing that. I have a place to live. I have a home base. It takes an incredible amount of effort to pack up my stuff and like travel to wherever. In previous years, I was booking up with pug sitting jobs. I was doing pug specific, like breed specific sitting. And I would just book up like week after week after week after week, gig after gig after gig after gig, and I would just travel around. That's what I've been doing for the past 5 years. Like I've never actually rooted down here in the Kootenays. I've never actually really deeply connected to place, because I think deeply connecting to place means that you have to stay there and you have to immerse yourself there. These past couple of weeks, getting out on these hikes, exploring these areas, navigating my way to these trailheads firsthand by myself has been such an intimate way to deeply connect with place and deeply connect with the Kootenays in a way that I haven't before, because I'm always running away on these like crazy road trip adventures with the girl yous. So basically what I'm trying to say is that even though I think if the right farm sitting job came up, if the right person contacted me and was actually willing to pay real money for my work and my labor, I would be happy to do it. That work is deeply, deeply meaningful to me, but I kind of just want to stay put otherwise. I don't want to scramble and find urban or suburban pug sitting gigs because I'm afraid I won't have enough money. Like, I just want to have faith. I want to build and deepen my faith that things will just work out if I try and stay put, you know? And that doesn't mean I won't go out to Calgary and visit my mom. It sucks being away, like 8 hours away from her and a ferry ride across a lake, you know? Like, that's hard. And I like packing up the girls in the car and going on a little road trip. It's very freeing. And it's nice, and my mom and I always have a great time, so it's not that, but being away for extended periods of time, I think I'm going to consciously try to not do that this year and just be here more, but getting out more and exploring more and being here more and just connecting more to this environment and just this landscape, and I don't know, just embodying the Kootenay vibe, I guess. And there is a lot of farm culture out here, farming and food sustainability and self-reliance and like local food circuits and stuff like that, and I am super, super into that. It might not mean that I get paid to sit people's farms, but maybe there's another opportunity for something like that. I don't know. I wish I got paid to milk these cows, but I don't. That's more of just like a friendly, neighborly thing. But yeah, that's sort of where I'm at the moment with that. And I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update on where I'm at this year, this spring in 2025. I'm going to throw my pack back on, and we are going to walk back towards the car, and we're going to make our way back to see the girlies. Here's what I was talking about when my tripod is like precariously perched on the edge of a cliff. It's also like on a severe angle, but if I were to like kick this or knock this and it were to go down that cliff, it would be gone forever. All right, let's go. I was unable to find a spot for one of these stickers, but I've decided to do something that I've wanted to do for a while. There's just some people down there, so I'm gonna wait. But I think I've decided where he's gonna go. So normally my rule of thumb is that I won't put a Jonah sticker if there isn't already a sticker on the whatever it is I'm putting them on. So earlier we saw this trash can, right, with this sticker, but here's where we're gonna put them. So I don't really know how anybody can get mad at this because it's just funny. Like, come on. Yeah. It's appropriate, right? Come on. Hey, Jones. We'll see how long you stay there for before someone takes you down. I'll come check on you another time. Okay, I'm going to try and sneak in my nerdy foodie side into this vlog because I'm not really able to film too much stuff in the kitchen at the little shack on the farm. So I just want to share with you what I prepped for this week. I made 14 of these bowls. Aren't they beautiful? So basically one has grass-fed beef as a base and the other one has roasted chopped up chicken thighs. This is the chicken thigh one because I think the chicken thighs are a little bit better to eat cold. There's chicken thigh underneath, like at the very bottom. This is roasted kabocha squash. I roasted this in local tallow and salt and pepper. Avocado, obviously. Some raw cheddar cheese. Kootenay kraut from Salmo Sours. This is a local fermentation company. These are pickles from BC Brine. So another local fermentation company there. Those are so good. And that's it. Yeah, that's it. It's so friggin' good. I could subsist off of these. So I'm just going to eat that quickly before we actually hit the road. Fern and Ivy are going to be at the absolute end of their rope by the time we get home. I did not plan to be away this long. We left at 9:30 and it is currently 2:30, so it's been all day. I thought I was going to be home at least by noon. This is the last time you're going to see me on camera. I am just going to kind of film reuniting with the girls once we pull back into the little shack on the farm. We have an hour drive ahead of us, so there's going to be a bit of driving before we get there. But yeah, I just wanted to close off this vlog, first of all by saying thank you for watching and thank you for coming with me. It always kind of feels like I'm with you guys on the trail when I'm vlogging and talking to the camera. The second thing I want to mention is that if you wanted to support me and the girls and Jesse and the channel and these videos, Patreon is the best place to do it. I always leave a link for Patreon in the description below, but I'll throw a link up here on this side, I think, as well. The other thing you can do is buy me a raw milk latte on Ko-fi. I always have the link for Grumble Farms Ko-fi in the description as well. These videos take an insane amount of time and effort and energy and commitment to create. So if you're watching them, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I will see you back at the little shack on the farm to, yeah, reunite with the girly goos. Bye.